everyone, it's Randy. So I woke up here in the middle of the night, and you know how I had said that Joe, the one I went on 3 dates with, that he had let me off the hook, that he must have sensed that I was not really into him by that last date, and then he didn't really contact me too much except for some vague, hello texts. And that was about a month ago. So, I was relieved because I hate doing the, you can't call it a breakup because you're not together. But I hate doing the, no, we're not a match. For some reason, I don't want to see you anymore. Even after one meeting, it can be hard to do. It's hard for me to do. I do it. Believe me, I do it. I know it must be done, but it's not something I look forward to doing. So I thought I got let off the hook by him, and then I went out with 3 other guys after that, and I thought all 3 of them also let me off the hook. But so there I'm thinking that, oh, I've been picking some good guys that, they're just sensing my vibes, right? And so I was wrong, at least today, just today, late at night. I mean, not too late, but in the evening, both Joe and another guy out of those 3 sent me text, and Joe is like, hi, how are you doing? And it's like, now I'm thinking, okay, he has no clue. Then he asked me, this is a month later, I haven't seen him or talked to him or texted with him, and he's like, what are you doing? I said I was just watching YouTube's Friday night. And he said, do you want to do something tonight? Do you want to meet me tonight or go out? Oh my gosh. So I had the question put to me, so I had to say the answer, and I said, no, I appreciate you asking, but we aren't a match. So he said, why is that? Is it chemistry? And I said, right. And then he said, oh, well, I thought that we did have chemistry that last time that we saw each other. Well, no. I mean, he might have had chemistry, but I didn't. So you can't say I thought we had chemistry when we didn't have chemistry. And I mean, he thought wrong because I didn't have chemistry. So that's not part of we. It was I. He had chemistry apparently, or so he thought. But yeah, I didn't like to do it, but yeah, I did it. Okay, so hopefully, that's over. And then I woke up having another text from the guy that I met like a week ago that I said, the cable guy, actually. Now, that same night, he was asking for feedback. And I told him I had fun, but that we weren't a match. And he seemed, he was okay with it at the time. But now it's a week later, and apparently there's some rumination going on, and he sends me a random text at 11:30 at night, which I'm sleeping, and then I woke up and I read it, and um, it said, "It's a shame that you didn't like me because I liked you. I told you that I wasn't 100%, but you were adamant about meeting. I should have waited." So, um, the deal with that is that he cut his hand 2 weeks prior and he hadn't been out of the house. And I was not adamant about meeting right away, but I mean, I do like to meet right away. But I definitely told him a couple of different times, no prob, no, are you sure? Are you sure you're able to meet? Because, are you sure you can go out of the house now? Are you sure you can drive? Are you sure you want to? And he's the one who kept insisting, yes, I need to get out of the house. Yes. And so now he's blaming himself because he says he wasn't 100% when he met me, but that's not the reason, It's like he's blaming himself, and he shouldn't be blaming himself. None of these guys should blame themselves or attribute it to anything that they said or did, because it's just not the case. But, you really can't tell somebody that or convince them of that. And then that it's just a little bit scary, I guess. It's scary to to think about a couple of guys like they're just sitting there ruminating like for a week or even a month, and I don't want them to think, oh, well, what did I do wrong? And I don't want them to get really mad either, mad at me or mad at themselves. It's like it just doesn't set well with me, because as a woman, you don't like guys like being mad. I don't like anybody, guys, being mad about me, mad at me, or ruminating on me for any reason, either whether it be anger or blaming themselves. I just don't like thinking about guys sitting around ruminating, and that's like, it scares me. It scares me. Especially when, like, I thought there was, like, the no contact, what meant just that they accepted they accepted things the way they were. But no, I mean, they may have initially, but now two of them were, asking again for feedback or seeing again, and they both happened on the same day, and I'm like, oh shit, here I'm like, thought I was off the hook and I wasn't, and I gotta respond, and it's just so, I hate doing it, but I would hate leading them on even worse. So this is what goes with the territory of the dating, because that rejection that you have to do, and you don't know how it's going to be received, and you don't know how long it's going to take for it to sink in. You don't know if the person's going to blame themselves or blame you. It's kind of like, do they internalize the feelings or externalize them? And it seems like it's kind of a necessary evil. So anyway, that's it. And hopefully the other two guys aren't gonna text me and at some later time and ask me out again when I'm obviously not interested, because if I was, I would have already been texting them back. I would be texting them and trying, and like showing interest through communicating. All right, well, thanks for listening, guys.